the first Methodist televised worship service, live televised, was the largest, had the largest audience of anything Channel 11 did locally. We knew we were doing something right when we would hear stories about one little lady that would get up on Sunday morning and get dressed in her church attire and go in front of the television set. And it's progressed from there.
I've been watching it on the internet since you started. The times I cannot go to church, I love to watch it. I usually go to the early service, but this provides me a little longer if I have to be at home. And I find it very beneficial. I feel like I am in church. Of course, it's better to go and with the companionship of other people, but it starts my week off well. And I've been a member of this church for almost 35 years, and I have been watching the television, whatever they have had, whatever media. My husband and I would always watch it if for some reason we couldn't go. And I find it very beneficial, and I think it's great for people who, you know, can't get out at all, because it gives them the opportunity to continue worshiping at their church.
Our service gets videoed for posterity, and there's so few places that can do that, or that can do a live stream. Like you know, a few weeks ago when we had that service where it was, you know, the weather was horrible and so many of our families were iced in, they were able to watch us in their pajamas from home. And how many churches can do that? Or, you know, I'll go present at a conference where we're talking about the importance of children in worship, and we talk about the kind of service we do in Children First. And they say, well, do you have a video of that? And I'm like, as a matter of fact, if you go to our church's website, we have a whole archive. You can watch years worth of Children First services, and it means so much more than me telling them about it, is them being able to see what we do. And as a result, there are churches all over the country who are doing Children First, and they're patterning it after our model. And I've got to think that's at least in part due to the fact that they can go online and watch it and say, hey, we can do that. So that is such a valuable ministry.
A few years ago, I received a phone call from a pastor in Ohio who immediately said, after he introduced himself, I wanted to let you know that I conducted a funeral for a member of your congregation the other day. And I asked, well, who was it? Thinking it was someone from our congregation, perhaps who had moved to Ohio. And he said, well, you never met them, but they worshiped with you every Sunday. They found you on the internet, and they worshiped every Sunday with you. It so happens that this man whose funeral he had conducted was paralyzed completely and had a device where he could navigate the internet. He found our worship services on the internet and worshiped with us. The pastor went on to tell me that he knew the names of all the clergy, that he recognized the faces in the congregation, that he really felt like he was a part of our church. And he became involved with that church up there because he connected with our worship service on the internet. And after experiencing our worship for a while, he found a United Methodist Church there that he could connect to for that personal pastoral care. But he always considered this his church. And it's because of our media ministry that we touched that man's life. And so what a blessing it is. And I want to add once again my deep appreciation to all who make this happen.
You know, they show pictures of the people in the sanctuary, and you just feel very connected. You feel like you're there, even though you're at home.